On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Empower.
To give someone the power or authority to do something.
Examples:
Empower my life. Empower the secretary to do the same. The company empowered employees to buy low-price items without approval to achieve efficient purchasing.
Paradoxical.
Seemingly contradictory or absurd because of having two opposite features or facts, though it is probably true.
Examples:
A paradoxical anecdote. Apparently paradoxical. It is paradoxical that the French, who prefer animal foods, live longer than people in other countries.
Smuggle.
To import or export something or someone without paying appropriate customs duties, often illegally.
Examples:
Smuggle drugs. Smuggle herself out of a country. He was able to smuggle a gun inside the prison.
Censor.
A person or institution responsible for examining books, movies, and other forms of media to determine if they are harmful or offensive and should be banned or altered. An official in charge of banning or suppressing information.
Examples:
Censor a book. Censor a TV program. The newspaper editor decided to censor the controversial headline to avoid backlash.
Coffin.
A box or container used to bury a dead body, a case or structure resembling a coffin.
Examples:
Coffin lid. Wooden coffin. The priest prayed over the coffin before it was lowered into the ground.
Wail.
To make a prolonged, high-pitched cry expressing grief, pain, or anger.
Examples:
Wail in sorrow. Wail in pain. The baby wailed loudly, signaling its hunger.
Overwhelm.
To defeat someone or something by using a great deal of force, to have a strong emotional effect on somebody.
Examples:
He was overwhelmed with gratitude. Overwhelm opponents by numbers. Too much variety may overwhelm and confuse viewers.
Tweet.
A short, high sound made by a small bird, a message sent using Twitter, the social media application.
Examples:
A chick's tweet. His latest tweets. We could hear the tweet of baby birds.
Raise.
To tear down or demolish completely.
Examples:
Raise a forest. Raise a city to the ground. The old building was razed to make way for a new one.
Authoritarian.
Characterized by strict, absolute control and obedience to authority or rules, dictatorial and lacking in personal freedoms or individual rights.
Examples:
Authoritarian practice. Authoritarian government. The authoritarian leadership style left no room for dissent or alternative opinions.
Penguin.
A flightless seabird that is found in the southern hemisphere and is known for its distinctive black and white coloring and its upright, waddling gait.
Examples:
Adelie penguin. Penguin habitat. We took a boat tour to witness the magnificent penguin colony along the rugged coastline.
Mobilize.
To make something ready for action or use, to organize people or resources for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Mobilize cooperation. Mobilize a stiff joint. The military mobilized troops to the border.
Peasant.
A farmer or agricultural worker who owns or rents a small piece of land and grows crops, especially in a traditional or undeveloped society.
Examples:
Peasant class. Exploited peasant. Many people today romanticize the idea of the simple life of a peasant, but in reality, it was a difficult and often harsh existence.
Uprising.
A public rebellion, especially against an established government or authority.
Examples:
Stage an uprising. Violent uprising. The anti-government uprising was successful in overthrowing the regime.
Charismatic.
Having a strong and magnetic personality that attracts and influences others.
Examples:
Charismatic chairman. Charismatic personality. He was a charismatic leader and could persuade others to follow his ideas.
Hashtag.
A word or phrase preceded by the symbol hashtag, used on social media websites and applications to identify messages on a specific topic.
Examples:
Marked with a hashtag. Trending hashtag. Our brand's campaign uses a unique hashtag to track engagement and reach.
Unleash.
To suddenly release a strong force, emotion, etc. that cannot be controlled.
Examples:
Unleash a hound. Unleash her anger. The general was still reluctant to unleash his troops in pursuit of an enemy.
Overlook.
To fail to notice something, to watch over someone, to provide a view from above.
Examples:
Overlook a street. Overlook that fact. We cannot overlook an opportunity for great success.
Segregate.
To separate or set apart from others, often based on race, gender, or some other characteristic.
Examples:
Segregate by race. Segregate boys and girls. The school board decided to segregate students by the ability to meet their needs better.
Boycott.
To refuse to buy, use, or patronize a particular product or service as a form of protest or to bring about change. Noun, a deliberate and organized refusal to buy or use a product, service, or organization as a form of protest or to apply pressure for change.
Examples:
Boycott campaign. Boycott the discussion. Many people have decided to boycott the company due to their unethical practices.
Mimeograph.
A duplicating machine used primarily in the past to make copies of written or printed material, which involves the transfer of ink from a stencil onto paper.
Examples:
Mimeograph ink. Mimeograph paper. The church secretary used a mimeograph machine to print the weekly church bulletin.
Leaflet.
A small, thin piece of paper or other material, often used for advertising or informational purposes, a small branch or part of a leaf.
Examples:
Information leaflet. Political leaflet. The environmental group handed out leaflets to raise awareness of the dangers of deforestation.
Sneaking.
Characterized by stealth, secrecy, or furtiveness, done in a surreptitious or underhanded manner.
Examples:
Sneaking suspicion. A sneaking sense of satisfaction. He had a sneaking admiration for his rival's work, even though they were competitors.
Daunting.
Looking challenging to manage and prospect, making someone anxious and less confident about carrying out something.
Examples:
Face the daunting reality. Seem like a daunting task. My homework was daunting and complex, but it was also intriguing.
Carpool.
A group of people who regularly travel together in one vehicle, typically to commute to work or school.
Examples:
Carpool lane. Carpool program. I'm looking for a carpool buddy to share the drive to the conference.
Minefield.
An area or situation that contains a hidden danger or risk, particularly a literal minefield of explosives or a figurative minefield of potential problems or missteps.
Examples:
Enter a political minefield. Navigate the minefield. The corporate restructuring process was a minefield with many obstacles that needed to be navigated.
Repress.
To restrain or control by force, to suppress feelings or memories.
Examples:
Cannot repress laughter. Repress gene expression. He repressed the memories of his traumatic childhood.
Concession.
Something that is granted or given up, often in a negotiation or argument, a place or stand where goods or services are sold or provided, often in a public setting such as a stadium or amusement park.
Examples:
An oil concession. Make a concession. The movie theater offered a special concession for seniors on Tuesdays.
Innovate.
To introduce new methods, ideas, or products.
Examples:
Innovate a new method. Innovate the quality of his life. Companies developing self-driving cars consistently innovate the emerging technologies.
Austerity.
The state or condition of being stern, rigid, or uncompromising, or being simple or plain, an economic policy or measure that seeks to reduce government spending and debt.
Examples:
Impose austerity. Economic austerity. The government's austerity measures have resulted in widespread protests and discontent.
Tedious.
Tiresome or boring because of being repetitive, dull, or too long, causing mental or physical fatigue due to its unrelenting nature.
Examples:
Tedious task. Tedious routine. The work of data entry can be tedious, but it is important for maintaining accurate records.
Painstaking.
Cautious and correct, and requiring a significant amount of effort.
Examples:
Painstaking research. A painstaking student. The training of a hawk was a painstaking process.
Discontent.
A feeling of dissatisfaction or unhappiness with a situation or condition, a lack of contentment.
Examples:
Long simmering discontent. Discontent with the status quo. There is widespread discontent among the workers over the new policies.
Picket.
A pointed wooden or metal stake driven into the ground used as a support or for marking an area or boundary, a group of people, typically strikers or protesters, stationed or moving around in front of a workplace, government building, or other location, to demonstrate opposition or to pick up supporters.
Examples:
Picket sign. Cross the picket line. The farmer built a picket fence around his garden to keep the animals out.
Circumcise.
To remove the foreskin of a male's penis, often as a religious or cultural ritual.
Examples:
Circumcise a newborn. Circumcise a child. It is common in some cultures to circumcise infant boys as a rite of passage.
Instructive.
Serving to provide knowledge or information, tending to instruct or educate.
Examples:
Instructive example. Instructive video. The book provided instructive advice on how to improve your public speaking skills.
Converge.
To move or draw together at a specific location, of lines, to move towards the same point where they join or meet.
Examples:
Converge of a series. Converge from different points. The two rivers converge into one near this area.
Strangle.
To choke or suffocate someone by compressing their neck, to inhibit or suppress something, such as a movement or idea.
Examples:
Strangle a cry. Strangle economic growth. The killer used his hands to strangle his victim.
Exert.
To put forth effort, to put into action, to bring into play.
Examples:
Exert control. Exert influence. He exerted himself to lift the heavy weight.
Corruptible.
Capable of being made to do something dishonest or immoral.
Examples:
Corruptible officials. Corruptible judges. Bureaucracies are more corruptible than other systems or organizations.
Hobble.
To walk with difficulty, often due to injury or disability, to hamper or impede someone's progress or movement.
Examples:
Hobble down the street. Hobble due to injury. She had to hobble with crutches after breaking her ankle.
Stifle.
To suppress or restrain something, particularly a feeling, emotion, or action, to suffocate or prevent proper breathing or ventilation.
Examples:
Stifle a laugh. Stifle creativity. The oppressive regime tried to stifle free speech and dissent.
Choke.
To prevent or obstruct the normal breathing or swallowing of someone or something.
Examples:
Choke with anger. Choke off the blood supply. The baby started to choke on a piece of apple.
Livelihood.
A means of earning money people need to pay for food, a place to live, clothing, etc.
Examples:
A means of livelihood. Livelihood assistance. I could no longer earn my own livelihood.
Worthless.
Having no value or usefulness, not worth considering.
Examples:
Worthless stock. Worthless coin. The product was found to be worthless as it failed to meet the customer's expectations.
Bedrock.
The solid rock underlying soil or alluvium.
Examples:
Bedrock foundation. Bedrock geology. The bedrock beneath the soil is extremely solid and stable.
Bravery.
Courage in the face of danger.
Examples:
Bravery against the enemy. Bravery under fire. His bravery in the face of danger saved the lives of his comrades.